China have just done it again. They may have just made the ultimate $100 dive watch. Now, it might be a bold statement, I know, but this might just actually be the best entry level into a dive watch on the market right now. However, there is one problem with it that is pretty big that I have, at least in comparison to other watches I've reviewed from the same brand. Hey, my name's Rudy, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this day. Now, talking about this brand, I should mention how young they are, as they only trace their roots back to 2019, but they actually didn't release their first watch until 2021. So either they spent 2 years designing loads of watches, or more realistically, they spent 2 years deciding which watch brands they wanted to copy, as they are generally an homage brand. That aside, in 4 years of life, this brand has gone from nothing to one of the best value entry-level homage brands for beginners out there. And the brand I'm talking about is this, Addiesdive, a China-made Aliexpress brand that focuses on affordable watches using third-party movements and a lot of homage designs. Their main focus is exactly what this video is about with the Addiesdive 2078. But how well do they do this? And is this watch really the ultimate $100 dive watch? Or is it just another Aliexpress special? Just before we move on to the watch review itself, however, I will quickly mention I am doing a giveaway for the Merca Hill at 7,500 subscribers, and we're really close. To enter, just like, sub, and comment the hidden message in the video. It takes you 3 seconds, costs you nothing, and helps me out greatly. Anyways, getting back to the watch itself, let's start with that gorgeous dial. Now, this dial comes in 3 colour variations, a black, a blue and a green. That's more like a teal if you were to ask me, and I have the blue one here as I thought that was the most attractive to me. The dial sports vertical brushing that adds some really nice texture to the watch, especially in good lighting conditions, as well as some very nice polished applied indices which I just love, that sport some BGW9 green lume. Along with that we have the hands which also sport BGW9 green lume, as well as the logo printed on the dial that takes inspiration from Jacques Cousteau, the pioneer of diving. It has scuba goggles and 2 harpoon guns crossed in an X to symbolise against indiscriminate killing of marine life. Lastly, it also sports a date function at 3 o'clock and a ceramic unidirectional bezel. The crystal here is sapphire, and yes, for the date it does have a cyclops. This is a submariner homage, of course it does. But that aside, the crystal's very good, right? It's got good AR coating and it's sapphire. There's literally nothing more you can ask for from a crystal. The bracelet here is a pretty basic oyster style one that tapers down to give a clean and sleek look on the wrist, and the finishing is very decent. However, it does only use a basic folded clasp. Nothing wrong with that, just nothing more than the basic to mention there. The movement here is the good old NH35, a fan favourite. This is a very, very reliable Japanese automatic movement with decent accuracy and some okay finishing, although this doesn't have a display caseback at its close to give it 200 meters of water resistance, so you don't see the movement anyway. Now, usually I would complain here because the NH35 is boring to me. It's in every single affordable watch. However, there's a reason for that. You don't get a better movement anywhere near this price range when it comes to an affordable watch. The only other things you could get is like a Miyota 8000 series, but I'd prefer an NH35. You could get a Seiko ST17 movement, which is based on the Miyota 8200 series, which is, again, not as good as the NH35 in my opinion. So realistically speaking, even though the movement's a bit boring, this is the best automatic movement you can get in the price range. Size wise, this is certainly not oversized, but also not too wearable for your smaller wrist lads, at 41mm in diameter, with a 48mm lug to lug and a 13.5mm thickness. I should also mention that the lug width is 20mm, which means that it is the perfect size for lots and lots of strap options. Packaging wise, it's also pretty decent, nothing particularly stand out, but it comes with a link removal tool, a plastic case and a foam interior, so the watch is safe and you could reuse it as a travel case if you don't already have one. Now finally, the thing that I had to say I'm not too particularly impressed by from this brand, at least compared to other watches that I've handled from this brand and 3 that I've reviewed from Addiesdive before, is the finishing. Now, the polishing and brushing is just as good as the other ones I reviewed, absolutely amazing. The issue is the transitions between the two. See, with the 3 Addiesdive I've reviewed before this, the transitions from polishing to brushing were sharp, they were clean, and they gave it a more premium look and feel. But this piece has softer and blunter transitions, which isn't a huge deal to most people, but it certainly does take away a few points from the finishing standpoint, at least if you were to ask me. So my opinion on the brand stays the same. Really good stuff, great affordable things, low price tags, great specs, nice designs and proportioning, and generally really good finishing. Generally, because out of 4 watches, this is the first I would say the finishing wasn't incredible. Still very good, still very passable, just not as good as their other pieces. So what's my verdict on the actual timepiece itself? Well, I'd say it's the ultimate first dive watch, right? If you want a daily beater that you can take to the beach, go for a swim with, not worry about bashing and scratching it up, you just want a versatile beater that can go anywhere and do anything for $100, this is a great pick. A really good entry with the K-shape and bracelet style of a very popular and well-known watch in the Submariner, a cool textured dial to look at, an entry-level price tag, and just a good watch to be your first dive piece, as you can swim with it. It has the automatic, reliable movement, NH35, has 200 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal, and even though the finishing isn't perfect, for a daily beater, finishing matters a bit less because you're going to bash it and ruin the finishing anyway. Overall, this piece certainly passes my test, and I'd say if you like it, if you like the look of it, and if you have £100 laying around that you don't need, I would definitely recommend it. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really surprised at how well my last one did. I mean, 63,000 in the span of 4 days, absolutely incredible. I'm about to hit 7,500 subscribers, so obviously the giveaway will be soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and sub if you enjoyed. Oh, also on the wrist today is my Zelos 300 meter GMT. And never forget, time keeps ticking, so use the time you have wisely.